Foremost, everybody, I'd like to apologize. Very sorry. Anybody's watching this, I have been game streaming as much as I used to. Nor have I been doing a lot of uploads in the last couple of days. The reason for that is that two reasons. One, I've been extremely busy. I'm helping a friend out in a financial situation that hopefully I might actually get a profit off of it from her. I'm not asking for anything, but if she's willing to help me out in my time of crisis, I'll be a fool to say no and not help her out. So I'm doing that first, which takes a lot of my time. Also add insult to injury, since I'm doing all this on my work day, so I don't have much time to even pick up a controller, let alone game. Which is ironic because I'm actually picking up a controller, because if y'all remember last week, I told y'all I showed y'all that I got a new SSD for the PS5 and a new PlayStation plates. And I just right now it's taking me literally a week to download most, if not all, the games on PlayStation 5 I want to collect. And now, speaking of that, I'm about to do something incredibly wild, y'all. Now, I'll probably do it before it comes out, but if not, it is what it is. Before end this year, there are 3 games I'm having, 3 A-list, A-plus games that I have never played in my lifetime, which I'm asking myself every day, why the fuck did I never play these games? I am the biggest fan of these games. I played these games when they first came out. I took it on a dare, said, this game might be good. Bought it with full on cash, which I normally don't do video games at times. Bought it because my taste in gaming is hit or miss. Bought it and said to myself, I'm going to give it a try because the game looked interesting. I think it's going to be a hit. I got a feeling. So, yeah. And the game turned out to be a franchise hit. These 3 games I bought in their prime, before the people knew what it was, before they was a hit. I bought, played, beat, mastered, got the platinum trophy off one of them, and then all of a sudden, the game blew up. It's a franchise now. Now, the recent iteration of these games I have never played. Had them for years. Never played them. Why? Because, I don't know. I'm a weird person. Let's put it like this. I don't want to get into details, but let's just say I had this girl I knew, right? She's my ex-girlfriend. Long story on that. I haven't had intercourse with her in like almost, I would say, y'all might look at me as crazy, a year. Normally, when I meet somebody and vibe with them or whatever, I'll hook up with them in like less than a week. But this person was a year. Why? Because at the time, I thought she was special. I thought that I wasn't worthy enough to be her man. And she hanged there with me for a year, which is oddly interesting. But yeah. And I feel it's crazy because, again, I feel as though that when I'm not worthy to play something, I tend to procrastinate a lot. When I'm not worthy to be with somebody, I tend to procrastinate. When I'm not worthy of anything that's offered to me, I procrastinate on that item, missing out on something greater. Now, like I said, these 3 particular games I always wanted to play. Actually, it's 5 really. Let's just say it's really 5. But I'll get to 4 and 5 later. Right now, these top 3 right now are the games that I have faith in. I told people these games would be the shiznit. It turned out to be franchise makers. And I was right, and I never played them or the sequels since. Because, I don't know. I can't even explain it. Maybe at that time I wasn't just interested in video games. I don't know. But I still believe it's because I felt unworthy to play them. I know it's a game, so I shouldn't be feeling that way, but it's weird. But now I'm about to come out of my shell and say, fuck that shit and play them. So the 3 games I have talking about right now, I have never played. Now y'all go laugh at this. And I am a gaming aficionado. Y'all go laugh at this. So if y'all want to laugh at it, knock yourselves out. I think it's funny too. The first game, Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns N' Patriots. Have the game, still got it to this day, never played it. Hell, I still got the instruction booklet for the game. Never been opened. I remember it was the last and final thing I bought at Circuit City. When there was a Circuit City. Never played the game. Never played the game. It's crazy. I swear on my God. Never played the game. And to top that off, I'm going to tell y'all something that's even more funny. Never played Metal Gear Solid 3 either. Snake Eater? Never played that. I ain't played Metal Gear Solid 5 because I ain't played 3 or 4 yet. But I did beat Metal Gear 1 and 2. The reason why I believe I ain't played 3, 4, 5 is because Metal Gear 2 threw me out the mood. When Solid Snakes, you played as someone for a while who was a fan favorite, and then they switched over to Raiden on the drop of a dime, and that's really upset me because I wasn't a big Raiden fan. Later he becomes a super ninja. Still wasn't a fan of his. I prefer Snake, but that was the reason why I stopped playing Metal Gear. Second game, and this hurts me to my soul. God of War. I know it sounds weird, but understand, y'all, I have beaten every God of War game that came out. I beat God of War 1, got Platinum. 2, got Platinum. 3, got Platinum. Ascension, working on my Platinum with that. And the other 2 sequels, prequels from the PSP era, Chain of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta. I played some of those, surprisingly. Never beat them because they didn't have the same spirit to me that the I might beat them this one day too, but they had the same spirit like the sequels, like the franchise consoles had. You know what I mean? Okay, and God of War, the new one. I never played the new one. Even my nephew beat the new one before I did. And here's the funny part: my nephew beat the new one, the recent one, and he never played the original God of War. He never played 1, 2, 3, or the PSP versions, but he beat the new one. Me, it's the opposite. I have beaten all of them except for the PSP versions and never played God of War. But that will change. That will change. So that's 2. Metal Gear Solid, I said. You might see the whole Metal Gear franchise at the 3. And then there's God of War alongside with finishing Chain of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta. That's 2. Now, the third one. Now, this game I had bought the first day it came out. Nobody never heard of. And everybody like, oh, this game not that serious. It was the shock value of the game that made more people got into it. But I bought that game on the first day. And the sad part is, I remember the critics didn't give it a high rating either. Nope. I still got some of the books for that too. The critics gave it a mediocre rating, which is ironic. But now as the sequels came out, they started giving higher ratings. Goes to show you that the media are just as biased as the next, whether it's gaming media, mainstream media, they just as biased as a family member protecting their murderous son or daughter. And I'm talking about Grand Theft Auto. Now I be in Grand Theft Auto 3, San Andreas, Vice City, and 4. I never played Chinatown Wars. I don't like the top up thing because it reminds me of part 1 and 2. Which I never played also, but I have part 1 and 2. I don't know if I got Chinatown Wars or not, but I have been all the Grand Theft Autos, GTA 3, San Andreas, Vice City again, and GTA 4. But I only seen one ending in GTA 4 when I beat it. It was another ending. I didn't see that ending. I never played any of GTA 4's DLC, Lost in Dam or the Ballad of Gay Tony. Never played any of those. So I'm hopefully play them in the near future. And the reason I brought GTA up is because surprisingly, I may be one of the few people on this planet that's considered a gamer that never played GTA 5. Shock, ain't it? Never played GTA 5. Not once. I have never ever in my life played Grand Theft Auto 5. Never. I had Grand Theft Auto 5 since 2013. The same day in the same year it came out on PlayStation 3. Never played it. The closest thing I played that game was like 5 minutes of the opening scene, driving the getaway car, and that's it. Never went further than that. And I did that because my cousin wanted me to play his part where I had to use the bathroom. And I never played GTA 5. Weird, I know. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. So yeah, I said GTA. So one day I'm gonna play the remaining chapters of GTA 4, and then I'm gonna play GTA 5. Now, also, I have never played GTA Online as well. I've never played. You know, I had them too. I got them as a collector's item. Vice City and Liberty City Stories. Never played them. Never played them. I still got my GTA 4, my GTA San Andreas that has the hot coffee mod thing in there. And you want to hear something funny, y'all? I even still had to actually replay the cheat device on the PS2. If y'all too young to, if y'all too old to remember that, y'all know what I'm talking about. But if y'all too young and don't know what I'm talking about, it's a cheat device, sometimes in the form of a cartridge. If you going by the Super Nintendo era or Nintendo era, as far as a disc drive, if you're going by the PlayStation, and I guess you could say Xbox era, it's a disc that make you use cheats that so you could make any game a debug game in which you could just do extra stuff to make your character literally superhuman. It's like the cheat code GTA, but in a disc, and you could actually force the game to do what you want. Do codes. I had to actually replay, and I still got that too, and I used that to help the hot coffee mod for GTA. So I can get it on. I can play it on the PlayStation console, but I can't play it on a PC, unfortunately. I don't know if you can get the hot coffee mod San Andreas on PC. I don't know that, but one day I will do the hot coffee mod for y'all on Twitch, on either Twitch or YouTube or whatever. So I said Metal Gear, God of War, GTA. Now the two honorable mention games that I have never played are any Resident Evil game past 5. Past 4. I'm sorry. Any Resident Evil game that's past 4, I have never played. That'd be number 4, Resident Evil. So any Resident Evil game past 4, I never played. I played when Resident Evil 1 came out. I bought that game. I had to trick my father into giving me some money so I could buy that game when it first came out. And that's another game I bought that first came out. Nobody never heard of it. Nobody cared less about it. I bought that game on PlayStation when it had still a big old box and Chris Redfield looked like the Toxic Avenger or whatever. I bought that game. Never played it. I just bought it on there. Bought it, played it, loved it. I lived in this old house with my grandmother in Baltimore City. It's like a not getting into details, but it's in the city, not too far from Coppin State University now. Okay, I live around that area. I had my grandmother's older house. It was a basement. I used to sleep down the basement. There used to be a door in the back of the basement. Scariest fucking thing in my entire life. I literally had to sleep with all the lights on down the basement because I was scared out of my mind to sleep down there by myself. Before my cousin moved out on his own, he used to sleep down there, and to this day, I never understand how he did it. He was a brave man. I just couldn't do it. But I did out of bravery. And which, ironically enough, my grandmother gave me that house after she moved with my mother because she didn't want to go to a retirement home. I slept in her room, her old room, and turned to my room since the house literally was mine now. So obviously I'm going to take the biggest room in the house over. What's creepy is the fact is that even though I don't sit down in that basement no more, I always kept like 6 locks on that basement door alone because I was that scared of that basement. And could you imagine sleeping in an entire house? It's one day be scared of one spot down in the basement because it's a creepy door down there that you think leads to something, but it doesn't because your imagination and mind playing tricks on you. But it's even worse when you live in that whole house by yourself. It's just like the biggest scare of a scare. It's like adding fear to fear. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's one thing to get scratched by a zombie, but it's like another to be bombarded by hundreds of zombies with no scratch. Both of them are scary in their own right, but what is worse is because depending on what you think of it is worse. And to me, that's what it felt like when I first played Resident Evil. Down that, it was scary. It was scary feeling, scary atmosphere. I couldn't play that game by myself in a house full of people in that basement. It was that scary. And when everybody in my family moved out to do their thing, and I was the only person there, I couldn't even play any horror movie game in that house by myself, let alone Resident Evil. That's how scary that game was. It's that scary at that time. And like I said earlier, I have played Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, and 4. But when I played 4, I only played it on GameCube only. Never played it on the Wii. Never played it on the PlayStation 2. Hell, I got it on the PS3. I never played it. It was no point. But sometimes the quick time events get annoying sometimes. But again, Resident Evil 4 was the last game I stopped playing. Matter of fact, I think the reason why was the quick time events. I kind of find it was a novelty idea, a gimmicky idea that I did not like in Resident Evil. I did not like the quick time events because it made Resident Evil from a survival horror game to an action game. I didn't like that. Now, it might work now in modern times with games like Until Dawn and The Quarry. And but in Resident Evil, I just wasn't feeling it. Now, again, I never played Resident Evil 5, which I should, and I'm going to one day. Never played anything that's DLC related to Resident Evil 5. Never even played Operation Raccoon City, which I have too. Never played Revelations 1 or 2, which I have. Never even played 6, which I have. They said that's the worst of all the Resident Evil games. That's what they said, because they said Resident Evil 6 is 100% action and no scares. Just only jump scares, like from your typical action movie. I'm like, damn, really? Resident Evil 7 and 8 is a different formula. They went from the standard pre-rendered backgrounds and running around, running gun second person view to the first person survival horror Outlast type of style view, which I really don't feel. To me, that's not Resident Evil. Resident Evil to me is pre-rendered backgrounds or the 2D scrolling. That first person stuff for Resident Evil, first person weapons, that's not Resident Evil. That's, like I said, it's Outlast with guns, and that's not good. Capcom should not went that route. A lot of people say it should. A lot of people praise that, but me, I wasn't feeling that. That's why I wasn't no rush to play Resident Evil 7 or 8. Now, Resident Evil 2 and 3, the remakes, I will definitely play them one day. I never played them either. So Resident Evil will be number 4 on the list. So any Resident Evil game after 4, I never played, so I might do that. And there's one more game. I'm trying to remember what game that was. So the Metal Gear games after 3. I mean, after Metal Gear 2, I'm sorry. Any Metal Gear games after Metal Gear 2 Sons of Liberty, never played. You need it, even the PSP versions. Any Grand Theft Auto game after the other half of 4, never played them. Any God of War game, well, God of War, the new God of War, the reboot and the PSP games, never played those. Any Resident Evil game after 4, never played those. And it's one more gaming franchise I've never played. I mean, I played halfway to this game franchise cycle, and then I stopped playing or whatever sequel. I'm trying to think of one more game with that. I'm trying to remember. Damn. That's a hard call, y'all, because it's been a while. Silent Hill, right. There we go. I've beaten Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3. That's it. I never played The Room, never played Silent Hill The Room, never played Origins, never played The Room, never played Origins, never played Homecoming or Downpour. Because the same people that made Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3, and I think 4 stopped, and they just never made anything else. I have rest of the streams of Origins, never played them. Matter of fact, I was lucky enough last December to buy Origins and The Room for somebody for pennies on the dollar. The game's still in pristine condition, and I found I could sell for 3 times as much, which is crazy. Well, I won't sell it because they are classics, and it's hard to get them. And they only go up in value. Which is also a reason why I said you need to start rebooting these games, because when you reboot a game at times, it diminishes its value. Or hopefully it makes it, if we're lucky it doesn't do that, it makes the original more sought after, but a lot of times it diminishes the value. But yeah, so as we went down the list, there's Metal Gear franchise, the God of War franchise, the Grand Theft franchise, the Resident Evil franchise, and the Silent Hill franchise. Now, the reason I brought that up is because hopefully in the near future, I'm going to start playing those games online, on Twitch, Trovo, YouTube, whatever. Why? Because the newer franchises, if I'm going to play those games, I might as well pop my cherry and play them online for everybody to see, so my reactions to be more genuine. But yeah, that's what I wanted to tell y'all. What I'm saying is that I'm going to play those games online someday around this, at least before the end of this year, which is like 3 months away. So I'm gonna play those games online for y'all to see, and that's it. Ah, crap. What time is it? Holy crap, 10:11. My sincere apologies, y'all. I gotta get ready to go to work. I just want to come on here and chat and tell you I'm sorry for not streaming like I normally is. But I do have a outside life, and until I get some more subscribers and followers on here, then I'll start playing more games and stream. In the meantime, you have to understand from my perspective that I actually have to go for a sure thing than a fantasy. And this is from a guy who told me that if you that you can still follow your social media dreams, but you gotta focus on the bills first. Otherwise, there won't be no dream. So anyway, I apologize in advance. And if I ever have some free time, I will play some games this weekend. But I need some free time. So anyway, I will hit y'all back probably tomorrow, and we could discuss anything else during my week that I can do for y'all. Anyway, thank you for listening, and I hope you